Night again, and it is high school football time in Arkansas and Texas. Good for us. We're in a little of both states, and so we get to see the best of high school football from two different states. We're bringing you Texarkana Game Day live tonight from Walk-Ons, and tonight we've got the Fouke Panthers in the house. But before we get to that, Dodie and I are going to recap some of the local scores from this past week. And so, Dodie, let's start with Arkansas High and Arkadelphia. We don't have the score for that one, but we do have that Arkansas High went down to Arkadelphia this last week.
It was a big game for them. Arkadelphia is a tough opponent. They've won state championships these past 5 years, and so they're always going to be a tough, gritty team. And we talked about it last week a little bit, but that's just going to help Arkansas improve down the way and help them grow and just be a better team in general. I saw a lot of these younger kids get a lot of playing time, and so that'll be good for them down the line.
Yeah, Arkansas High really showing some strides, making some strides this year under new head coach Trey Outlaw. Coming up, headed down to Magnolia this week. Arkansas High going to play a good Magnolia team. But again, as you mentioned, Arkadelphia, a top 5 team in the state of Arkansas. Look for those guys to go deep in the playoffs. And so Arkansas High battling with those big dogs in the state of Arkansas. So looking for them to bounce back this week as they travel to Magnolia. And so we'll move on to our next game from this past week. LE took on Mount Pleasant in a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Big defensive game here. 14-12 was the final score from LE. Came out undefeated against a district ahead of them. Mount Pleasant is. They're actually in Texas High's district.
Right.
And so it's good to see them come out there, beat a bigger team, and put up that defensive performance that we wanted to see. A lot of double-digit tackle numbers this Friday night. Our defensive MVP actually came from that game, Cameron Hadaway. He had 19 tackles, half a sack. W.T. Jones has been on fire this year. He has 35 total tackles, kind of leads the city so far. And so that team has just been incredible to watch.
We don't give an award out each year, and I don't know anyone in Texarkana that does. Cam, correct me if I'm wrong. But if you had to pick an overall athlete in Texarkana for this year, W.T. Jones may be up there in that talk because he's an incredible athlete.
Yeah, W.T. Jones, and then another guy that on that same LE team is Greg London. Greg London, big defensive impact last year, but this year he's really taken that next step on offense too. Gotten involved in the rushing game, has over 150-plus yards on the ground and 3 rushing touchdowns with double-digit tackles as well on the defensive side. So those two guys and kind of going hand in hand on both offense and defense have kind of carried that LE offense.
Coach Davis got the LE Leopards playing good football this year, and they've got a huge game coming up. It's homecoming. Who are they playing this week?
They're playing Atlanta. It's going to be an undefeated matchup, both 3-0, and so it'll be an incredible atmosphere for the city of Texarkana to have 2 undefeated teams play each other and kind of advance themselves further as they get ready for district.
Yeah. Not that we're swaying you to go to any school this week, but if you want to see 2 undefeated teams play, it's homecoming over at LE as they take on Atlanta this week. And so moving along to Pleasant Grove, the number 5 team in the state of Texas in 4A Division II. What do you got them doing last week?
They played a tough game against Midland. Started out really hot. I think it was 34-7 coming in at half. Final score ended up being 48-28, but Akari Johnson especially, this was his best game of the season so far. He got more involved in the pass game. He had 2 passing touchdowns, but also at secondary, he had a pick 6.
Yeah.
So creating those plays and those scores for your team on both sides of the ball has really helped that PG team and has getting them fired up for this coming Friday.
Yeah, Akari Johnson battling back from injuries. He's playing well this season, like you said, on both sides of the ball. Don't sleep on PG. Don't sleep on PG. They're catching fire at the right time. Once they get in deep into district play, look for them to make a big splash. PG, we're still watching those guys there, and Akari Johnson just fighting back from that injury and having a great game. Along with that, 27 tackles, leading tackles for the PG Hawks. Corbin Franklin, he's a linebacker for them. 27 tackles so far on the season. And another, star player for them, their running back, Spencer Danner.
Yeah, Spencer's been amazing. He has over 350-plus yards on the ground this season. I think 5 rushing touchdowns total. He's been our rushing leader so far in the city, and he's definitely got the majority of the carries and been leading that PG kind of triple option.
Yeah, so PG's offense coming alive at the right time, so look for them to do big things the rest of the season. And then before we round out our local high schools here in Texarkana, Texas High traveled to Benton, Louisiana, came out with a big win this week.
It was a big win, tough out-of-state environment. We came up with a big injury Friday. Cody Reese will be out for the season with a shoulder injury. But David J. Potter, he is definitely going to be able to step in and take action where it's needed. This is an explosive Texas High offense, and I think he'll be able to pick up where Cody's left off. And Cody will definitely be still an influence for him for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and what year is Cody in school?
Cody was a senior.
Senior?
Yes.
So those of you that don't know, that Cody Reese, the starting quarterback for Texas High, out with an injury, and then but not seeing the offense from Texas High slow down any with the second-string quarterback stepping in, and then they go and put up 46 points. And I wasn't there, but it looked like an electric atmosphere.
It was, and Tredarian Ball, our freshman on the team, kind of really stepped up. He had a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a kickoff return all in that game. And then T.J. Gray and Xavier Dangerfield doing their things at the wide receiver position, both scoring a touchdown, over 100-plus receiving yards, just doing everything right on that offense. And Brandon Hall, of course, stepping in as well. And I'm interested to see how David Potter kind of clicks with them the rest of the season.
Yep. And so before we get off here with this first segment, we want to remind you where everyone is this week. Arkansas High will travel to Magnolia and play a district foe down there to this week on Friday. LE will be at home. Big game. 2 undefeated teams. They're playing Atlanta for homecoming. PG will travel to – where are they playing again?
They're playing Frisco Memorial at the Toyota Stadium.
Toyota Stadium.
Yes, where FC Dallas plays.
Right,
so it'll be a big environment for them.
Frisco Memorial and PG, and then Texas High will be at home hosting Tyler Legacy this Friday. So if you're looking for some high school football locally, we do have 2 teams playing here in town. So make sure you go out Friday and catch some Texas or Arkansas high school football. And so, Dodie, I appreciate you jumping on here with me, and we'll see Dodie back here in just a few minutes. But tonight, it's all about the Fouke Panthers, and so we've got the purple and white over here on deck waiting to get on camera, and so we're going to welcome their head coach and some of their players here momentarily. But before then, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back live with more Takeover with Fouke High School live here at Walk-Ons.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Welcome back to Walk-Ons. It's Wednesday night. It's football season here in Arkansas, and I guess where we stand in Texas as well. But tonight we've got an Arkansas team with us. The Fouke Panthers roll into Walk-Ons, and we are joined here by a couple players, the Thornton brothers, and then we've got the head football coach for Fouke, Coach Littleton. Coach, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. How about yourself?
We appreciate you for being here. I know you had to cut practice a little short. I know these guys probably weren't happy about it.
Oh, yeah.
But
we enjoyed it.
We appreciate you taking a little time to come over and talk with us, and we like to show some of these guys you got down there in Fouke.
No, appreciate it.
And so we've got Dylan and Ethan Thornton. I know both of you guys are eager to get up here and talk. You got somewhere to be tonight. We appreciate you for taking time out of your night as well. And so
Yes, sir.
I guess we'll start with you, Dylan, senior, correct?
Yes, sir.
And quarterback.
Yes, sir.
How does that feel?
It was amazing. Feel
Yeah?
more confident this year. Just everything.
Good. So have you two guys grown up in Fouke?
Yes,
Have
sir.
you gone to school the whole time in
Yes,
Fouke?
sir. Yes, sir.
So what does it mean? You know, we always ask these guys, especially seniors, if you've grown up there, you've gone through middle school and junior high and all that kind of stuff, and now you're the quarterback for the high school team. That feel pretty good to you?
Yes, sir, it does.
And, hey, you got a coach like this. He's done some things while he's been at Fouke.
Yes, yes.
So I think y'all are headed down the right path.
Yes, sir. We are.
And so how does it feel having your brother? No, so who – I'm assuming since you're the same age, same in school, you're twins, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But which one of you are oldest? One of you's got to be oldest.
Me.
You are, so that's why you're the quarterback, right? You're the leader. You let him out,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Is that what you tell everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, if you didn't, we just did that. So, Coach, having two brothers, two twins, play for your football team, that's not something that every coach gets to experience every year. How is it having these two guys?
No, it's pretty unique, and, you know, we kind of, especially after the past two games, we got a kind of a running joke. When in doubt, he's going to throw it to his brother.
Yeah.
So, and it's been working for us so far. They got a pretty good connection going so far on offense, so he knows that. When in doubt, throw it to Bubba is what he tells him.
Right. And so every time you throw it to him, does he catch it?
Yeah.
Does he? Okay. Well, then, hey, when in doubt, go ahead and throw it. I'm looking at some of your stats here. 9 touchdowns on the season so far.
sir.
How many does brother have? Let's see. Three of them.
Three, yeah.
He's got 3 of them. That's a pretty good stat.
Not bad.
So you do throw it to him. Not the majority of the time, but you're giving it to him a lot, huh?
Yes, sir.
I got you. 576 yards on 55 attempts. Pretty good stats so far.
sir.
And then brother over here, he has got 13 receptions for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. Coach, you hit just a little bit on the previous games. Let's talk about that so far. How's your season looking so far?
You know, we opened up with a good Derek's team. You know, they were real good last year. They made a pretty deep run in the playoffs. We lost to them 29-27. It was a hard-fought game. Could have went either way. Then we played Mineral Springs. We got down big in the third, and, you know, these kids battled back. We were down 27-12. Came back won 33-27. Scored with about a minute left. And then we had to take a long road trip up to Class 4A Waldron, and we gave them all they could handle. And, you know, they pulled it out at the end. They beat us 45-30, but these kids played hard and, you know, never gave up. And that's all we can ask against a bigger school, especially.
Yeah.
And so, Coach, y'all have pretty explosive offense. You're averaging about 30 points per game so far. We see the stats with your two guys here. How do you guys continue to elevate your offense and continue playing these defenses along the way, especially as you look forward to district?
I mean, you know, it's funny as a coach for sure. I mean, like you said, we're averaging 30 points a game, but both these guys know we still got a lot of stuff we can clean up, and we can score even 40, not 50, but we should be scoring a couple more touchdowns a game if we would clean everything up for sure.
Coach, you talked about how hard these guys have played, even in your losses so far this season. Something that I've noticed about Fouke football, at least since you've been there, since I've been in Texarkana and been around, is Fouke's got a little grit to it. Those kids down there are tough. They're not very good looking, but they're tough, you know.
It's nice hair.
So, but you know, it's a little easier to play or to coach kids that have that grit to them.
Oh yeah, I mean, for the most part, our kids show up every day ready to work. I mean, they're like any other kids these days. Sometimes you got to kick them a little harder, get them working harder. But for the most part, they show up every day and work real hard.
Coach, who do you have coming up this week?
We play the Foreman Gators. They're coming to us. They'll be our last non-district game, and then we open up district next week with a big game against Junction City.
Okay, Junction City. Where will you play that game at?
At Junction City.
At Junction City.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
It's
Well,
a very
good deal.
big game for us.
Good deal. When's homecoming this year? I don't want to mention that to all these seniors. But
After Junction City, we'll play Horatio for homecoming.
Horatio
Yes,
for
sir.
homecoming.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so big night down there. Well, guys, look, you're in your final season.
Yes, sir.
What do you want people to know about Fouke football this year? If you look in that camera and let's just say every single person around for the next 50 miles is watching, what do you want them to know about Fouke football?
That We are just a lot better this year. We're going to show up to play, and we're going to compete this year.
Yeah. What about you?
Working hard. You know, we've been out to practice a bunch in that hot. Man, it's insane.
Speaking of the hot, you got a little bit of cool weather here.
Yeah.
It you know, if you look at the thermostat or the thermometer or what, you know, it doesn't seem like it's very cool, but it feels a lot cooler because it was so hot this summer.
Yeah,
And
it does.
So out there when you're catching those balls from your brother, is it a little sweeter when you catch the balls from him instead of another quarterback?
I mean,
or do you just want to get yours?
Hey, I'm trying to get the touchdown. I'm trying to win.
So when he doesn't throw one perfectly to you, maybe he doesn't hit you in stride. You kind of got to slow down.
Yeah.
You knew you could have took it to the house, but he doesn't hit you in stride. You come off the sideline and get on him a little bit.
I don't know, man.
They kind of just look at each other.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Well, as a coach, you can kind of just look at it and be like, "Oh, this is backyard football."
Oh, yeah.
They've had
No
this their
doubt.
entire
Yep.
lives. We can open up that playbook a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Have you had to break up any brotherly fights?
No, they get along pretty good.
I played with
So,
some twins, and they fought all the time. I mean, it was to the point where it was just ridiculous. You know, they always were just, yeah. And, you know, you just let them go. It's just brotherly love. But
And, I know we keep talking about their offense, but I just want to let everybody know, like, these guys, they don't come off the field. He plays safety. He's probably missed 5 snaps in 3 games. He's played every snap. He kicks. He punts. He returns punts. He returns kick. I mean, these two, you know, they're Iron Men out there.
well, I was looking for my
right now.
defensive stats. I think
Yeah.
Doty took them down
I
there.
do.
So he's got them.
Dylan
He's
has
got
21
He's got an
tackles.
interception. I mean, he does our extra point. I mean, they do it all for us. It's a
Yeah.
small school. We have to.
Right.
But I just want to make sure that's known. They don't just play offense.
Yeah, and speaking of
So.
small schools, those guys like this, they have to play both ways.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have enough kids to have,
Oh, yeah.
you know, separate offensive, defensive, backups and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I think that is something that gives some of the smaller schools, it's a little more fun to watch sometimes, you know, because the kids have to be in better condition. They have to be a little tougher.
Yeah.
Not that the other schools aren't, but you got to be tough to play both ways for a full football
Both
game.
sides of the ball.
Right.
You know, the past couple years, you know, I hadn't let my quarterback play defense, and, you know, Dylan, he was on me. And the past 3 weeks, we tell him every week, you're not going to play a lot of defense, and then we look up and he's played every snap of the game. So
Yeah.
I guess that's just going to be our plan going forward. Dylan, you're just going to stay out there, and
I love it.
we'll see what goes on.
Yeah.
So how is that coaching different with conditioning your players, having to prepare them for both sides of the ball compared to just playing offense and defense?
I mean, they'll tell you, you know, at the beginning of the year, and it's my fault, we didn't really run a lot. And in that Derek's game, you know, we had some guys cramp up, and we told them, y'all understand what we got to do now. So now they know on Mondays and Tuesdays after practice, it's a lot of running.
Mm-hmm.
And they've seen the difference just in the Mineral Springs game where they got tired, and we wasn't tired in the fourth quarter, and that helped us come back down 15 points. So they've kind of bought into it. Like yesterday we ran, and a bunch of the kids saying, I'm not even tired anymore. Because, you know, we tell them they're putting money in the bank, and you got to put money in the bank to take a deposit out on Friday night. So that's the message we're trying to get across to them.
And, Coach, we can see a difference down there in Fouke, you know, under your staff and since you've been there. But, you know, what do you see for the future of Fouke football?
I mean, kids like this, you know, working hard every day, and that's just what we're trying to get these young kids, look up to them and see them playing hard. Like you said, playing both ways. And our junior high bunch, you know, they're a pretty talented bunch right now, but, you know, they got a lot to learn, a lot of maturing to growing up. It's just junior high kids, how they are. But, I mean, we just want kids that want to work hard and be dedicated every day.
Yeah. And so you're also the athletic director, correct?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
is there anything else going on, any other sports or anything that you want to mention right now?
I mean, we don't have any other, you know, fall
Any
sports.
fall sports?
No, our girls are gearing up for basketball. You know, and then we got, you know, some off-season basketball going for the boys. But, you know, for the most part, you know, when football's over, these guys are going to go to the gym and play basketball. And then when that's over, they go play baseball. And that's just how it is at small schools.
Yeah,
You got to do everything.
Well, we're glad it's football season, and
No doubt.
we're glad that you guys took a little time to come by here and talk with us. Make sure you get something to eat and some drinks over there, and we'll look forward to having you on next time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
So,
you so
guys,
much.
So make sure you go out, watch the Fouke Panthers, keep up. What is y'all's – you've got a Facebook page, right?
Yes, sir. It's Fouke High School Athletics. You just follow it on Facebook. We post all our important updates, scores, just like I said, important athletic announcements and stuff like that.
Yeah, go on Facebook, look up their page, keep up with the Fouke Athletics, look for the next football games coming up. I'm sure there's a schedule on there, and you can find when all of them are coming up. Head on down to Fouke and support those Panthers down there and these seniors on their last ride here this fall. And so, Coach, we appreciate you taking time. You guys, I know you got to get out of here, so we're going to let y'all go. Coach will be back on with us here in just a little bit, and we'll be back with more Fouke football right here at Walk-Ons.
Appreciate it.
Deep breaths, boys.
Welcome back to Walk-Ons. It's Wednesday night, and it's high school football time here in the region, and we've got Fouke football tonight. We've got a new cast of folks up here, and I'm going to give them a chance here in a second to introduce themselves. And so we're going to start right here to my right with Mr. Roberts. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell everybody what position you play.
I'm Colin Barnett.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I wrote it down wrong.
Right,
Go ahead.
Right. I'm Colin Barnett, play left tackle and D lineman, nose guard.
All right. Well, then I'm guessing Mr. Parks down here. I know I've got him right, so go ahead.
My name is Jonathan Parks. I play nose guard and defensive tackle.
Okay. All right.
My name is Aiden Roberts. I used to play defensive end, but because of a car accident, I no longer play.
Yeah, and so we talked about that just a minute ago, and we hate that for you not being able to play. But we've talked to your coaching staff, and just a second ago we were talking up here, and they say that you deserve the spotlight more than anybody, and so we appreciate you taking the time to come up here with us. And
I appreciate being here very much.
And we're going to let you do most of the talking tonight. How about that?
I don't know about that.
Coach, why don't you introduce yourself to people that don't know who you are?
So I'm Jeff Ritter, defensive coordinator for the Fouke football team.
There's a couple Ritters around here, right?
There's a few. No relation. I do actually get that a lot, but unfortunately, no, not kidding.
So are you kin? Where are you from originally?
Originally from Michigan.
From Michigan. Okay,
Yes,
I
sir.
knew it wasn't here. So
Yes,
you don't
sir.
have any. You're not kin to any Ritters anywhere around here. Because I know
Anywhere
some in
around
Hot Springs.
Not that I know of. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe somewhere down the line, maybe, but not
got
that I
you.
know of.
I got you. So what all positions do you coach?
Well, I coach mainly secondary.
Okay.
But I've got kind of my hand in each level of defense. D-line, I'm usually up in there, and linebackers as well, but mainly secondary, and as well as calling the plays for defense.
Gotcha. So this guy, being a safety, he plays for you?
Yeah, he's one of
Okay.
our better athletes. But no, listen, Colin and John, they are obviously, as you can tell, they're our biggest guys on our team, and but with them being the biggest, I always say those big guys got to work twice as hard as everybody else because they're twice as big.
Yeah.
So they've actually done it, if not 3 times harder than everybody else. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Coach, let's start with you. So far, 3 games into the season? Is
3
that right?
games in. 3
Okay.
games in.
Well, how does it look so far? What do you think?
I actually really like our defense, and I tell the kids all the time, the coin flip that we got with our scheduling, we faced 3 really good football teams, and we've had to deal with some very experienced athletes, very fast, very big, very physical. But I love where the defense is at. We got 11 guys flying to the football. We've got an inspiration out there, in Aiden, and as well as another defensive starter with another injury prior to the season. They won't be with us this year, but going down 2 starters in the beginning of the year kind of hurt us defensively. But these guys, man, they stepped in, they picked it up, and I couldn't ask for anything more out of these guys.
So Aiden, not getting to play this year, standing on the sideline. I'm sure assistant coaching. He helping you out with the D-line, Coach?
He's doing just about everything he can do physically.
Yeah.
He's out there kind of moving around the best that he can, and whether it's holding a clipboard or trying to coach up guys on the sideline, he's there for a reason because we want him around.
Right.
So, absolutely. I'm really trying to be an inspiration for this team and just show them that we can come back and really show them that the strength that we can have. Like, as for one player to come back from an injury like this, we can come back and pursue and push through anything that comes our way as well.
And so being your senior year, Coach, you could probably, hit on this a little bit too. A guy like him, injury, not getting to play, man, you've got a great attitude. I mean, you really do. You walked in here, I saw you smiling. I mean, I didn't know you were injured at all and, not getting to play. But, I was asking Coach about the different players, and man, you carry yourself in a way that I know they want you to be a part of the every day around the team because you're just an inspiration. Even when you walk in here, you just kind of brighten the room up.
Well, that's glory to God, man. That's God working through me. That's all I got to say.
Well, that's great. Well, we hope that you continue to get healed up and that you don't run into any problems with your healing and everything like that. And we hate that it's your senior year and you're not getting to play, but trust me, there's a reason why, and I'm sure you're having a big impact on the team.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, John Parks, what position? I know it says O-line, D-line, but what position again?
I play mostly D-line. I play nose guard and tackle.
Nose guard. So how does it feel? You line up over the center. You know that every time you just get to fire off and hit the guy that's snapping the ball. How does that feel?
It's awesome, really.
So I've never played D-line before. but I feel like it would be fun because, I mean, of course you're going to have stunts and things that you have to do, but, I mean, you're just firing off and hitting folks, you know? So how does it feel knowing that every play, I mean, you get to disrupt the play at some point? You know, because secondary may not. Every linebacker may not. But every single play, the first guy that touches the ball, you're taking care of him. How does that feel?
It's really fun, but it's a lot of responsibility because, you know, one screw up and it could cost you the whole play or game.
Have you jumped off sides this year?
Not yet.
Okay. I don't want to jinx you, but that means that your D-line coach is doing a good job with you. And so you said you were a guard, correct?
Yes, sir.
So
No,
you're
tackle.
A tackle. Okay,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry. You're on the opposite side.
Yes, sir.
So how does it feel going up against those guys like that? You know, you guys are the smarter ones.
Oh,
you
yes,
know,
sir.
you got plays to run. No offense. You got plays to run. He's just firing off every time.
Guys like this that got to deal with 350 bench and 500 squats.
Oh, yeah.
He's just firing off, trying to cause havoc. You
Yeah.
guys are over there trying to strategically run a play.
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with guys like that?
Man, it's tough. You really got to push through, and, you know, it's really tough.
Makes it easier when you get in the game, when you get to practice against guys like that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir.
So all three of you seniors, I'll let each one of you talk about this because each one of you, especially you, are going to have a little different outtake on this. How does it feel your senior year? You're already 3 games into the season. You know the end is coming sometime. You know, how does it feel running out there? I can remember playing my senior year. I'm sure Coach can too. You know, it's a little bit of a weird feeling. You're pumped up. You're wanting to prove all these things, but how does it feel 3 games into the season?
Man, it's a whole lot different than, you know, the past 2 or 3 years, you know, knowing that it's your last season to play and everything. It's just it's like an indescribable feeling, you know, that something that you love is going to end here pretty soon, and you probably won't be able to, you know, do anything about it unless you're, you know, obviously going to college to play football or anything like that. But, you know, there ain't nothing like high school football. You know, you can't get that back.
So did all 3 of you grow up in Fouke? Have
Yes,
you
sir.
been there your whole life? You have not? Okay. You have?
Yes, sir.
So how does it feel your senior season? You get to wear Fouke across your jersey.
It's amazing.
Kind of pride.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's pride for sure. In the community of Fouke, it's, you know, something else down there.
Yeah. Everybody, hey, my office is here in Texarkana, but I do a lot of business in Fouke.
Yes, sir.
And everybody loves Fouke football.
Oh,
Everybody down there loves Fouke football.
Yeah,
And
we got a lot of supporters come out and watch us on Friday nights.
Good. I'm planning on being down for a game before the end of the season. You know, we do this broadcasting thing, so we can't be everywhere at once. But I'm going to come down for a game before the end of the season.
Sounds good.
And so, what about you, senior year? I mean, how does that feel?
It's it's crazy because I didn't ever get to play like my whole life growing up, and last year was my first year ever getting to actually play football, and definitely like I got a lot to prove, but I've had a lot of fun and learned a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know,
There's a lot more to learn in football than just the plays and stuff, isn't it?
Yes, sir. There is.
Trust me. I mean, I'm definitely not as old as some of these guys around here, but they just teaches you life skills. I mean, you're going to use the things that these coaches stay on your tail about all the time, the hard work, the pushing through the 110-degree weather out there during the summer, or the one more rep in the weight room. I mean, those things are going to, no matter what business you go into in life, you're going to use those skills and those things that these coaches drilled into your head that you thought, man, I wish Coach would just leave me alone. He ain't wearing these pads and this helmet out here, and it's 120, and he doesn't understand.
I tell those guys in the weight room and while they're running, you're going to hate me now, but you're going to love me later.
Yeah,
So especially when you get those W's on the scoreboard, you can hate me now, but you're going to love me later.
That's
It's
right.
all for a reason.
That's right. Hey, you got to pay for it somewhere, guys. You got to pay for it. So if you go ahead and pay that admission before the game, it's a lot easier. So senior year, what's that mean to you? You got a little different perspective than what these guys do.
Oh, man, I got to say, it just really helps you to put it. It helps you to just take a look back or take a step back and say, man, I really miss this. Like, I miss every bit of it. I miss being at the practices. I miss running with the team. I miss conditioning as much as they hate it, but I just wish I could be out there running them sprints with them.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to, make it to every practice, make it to every game, be there as much as I possibly can and be as supportive as possible. But there's nothing like high school football. The smell of the fresh cut grass, the shining Friday night lights, and the coaches screaming and yelling. You got the band cheering for you, and the crowd hollering. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's a great feeling.
And coach knows, and man, I look back and even practice, back then, you know, you don't seem like you are going to miss it. You know, sometimes you hate it. And you look back when you're our age, and some of the best memories I have, I wish I could just go out and run one more route, you know, and block one more time and go over to the water and BS around with my buddies.
See, I got to be careful now because when I get out there and I run a route or I play some defense, I gotta be very hesitant because I will go out there thinking I'm 18 again and I'll feel it for the next week or so.
Yeah. Well, a few years back when I coached, I would run scout team quarterback, and I figured out real quick that I thought I was still athletic. But I was not. And off camera, I'll tell you a story here in a little while, but I'm not telling everybody.
Thankfully, we've got another young guy in here, and he loves running scout team quarterback, and I was more than happy to pass that torch.
Well, it's not
him.
Coach Powell, I don't think.
No.
Well, Coach Powell, I will say this.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
I will say this. Coach Powell, he's got a lot of athleticism for a couple plays.
Hey, Coach Powell and I in college, we used to play a little basketball together, and, you know. Not for the college. We definitely weren't that good. But, you know, we throw the ball around a little bit or shoot some hoops.
Well, I think Coach Powell would probably agree to this too. But, you know, this other young guy, we were more than happy to let him go ahead and run the
Let
scout
him
team.
have it.
Hey, special teams day, you don't want to catch Coach Ritter.
Yeah.
He's something else.
Yeah, man. We have fun out there. We work hard. We have fun. We get after it, man. And myself, Fouke community, man, we're just excited. We're excited for this year. You know, even though we're sitting at 1-2 right now, we like where we're at, and our schedule is somewhat favorable than where it's been in the past. And man, we're excited. I mean, there's just nothing else to say.
Yeah,
we're ready to.
Well, not just the Fouke community, the Texarkana region. I mean, they're excited for Fouke football this year. People are excited. I mean, it's early in the year, being 1-2 at this point. I mean, it's nothing to be alarmed about. Conference play is coming. Is that this next week or 2 weeks?
So it'll be the week after this week.
Okay,
so,
and it's also homecoming that week too.
We've got Foreman this week, and then we've got Junction next week.
Okay.
Junction will begin our.
I got you. Well, good deal. Well, guys, we're proud of you. We're going to get down there and get some coverage of you, and we hope that you know that even more than just people in Fouke are pulling for you. So people all around it. We're excited for you, and we wish you nothing but success for this season.
That's awesome. We appreciate y'all being here.
Yep. And so we appreciate you taking the time to be with us tonight. We got a couple other guys over here wearing purple and white that they want to get on here. They're probably not as pretty as these guys, but we're going to let these guys off here right now and let them go finish up their appetizers. But we're going to be back after this commercial with more Fouke football right here live at Walk-Ons.
Here at Texarkana College, it is our mission to advance.
All right, let's get real. We do things differently at Texarkana College. We understand the real world and we know how to prepare our students. Whether you're starting right out of high school or starting over, there is something for everyone at Texarkana College. Learn more at texarkanacollege.edu.
It's Wednesday night, and we're here at Walk-Ons. We've got high school football in the house tonight. The Fouke Panthers sitting here at the table with us. We've got Coach Cody Powell and a couple of the Panthers here with us right now. I'm going to start down here on the end with this guy that's got this luxurious mustache and let him introduce himself first.
My name is Kirby Wizenet. I got, 12th grade, senior.
All right. What about you, buddy?
My name's Will Mosley. I'm a senior, and I play defensive end.
Defensive end, all right.
Riley Haygood. I'm the starting center, and I'm a senior.
All right. Coach, before we let you introduce yourself, and we'll even let you vote in it, who's got the better stash?
I got to go with my big guy, bro. Right here.
He must be a O-line coach.
That's right.
Okay. Well, it was kind of skewed there, you know. So.
Just a little bit.
Well, we may put a poll out on Texarkana Gameday and let people vote on it
I like
after
it.
the show. Okay,
I
we'll
like
see
it.
who
I like
wins.
I'm going to win, obviously.
He got a little bit under, you know.
Yeah,
that is true.
He's adding a little flavor down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, a
Okay,
little bit.
I see you. Okay. Well, Coach, we didn't let you go yet, but go ahead and introduce yourself.
My
to
name's
everybody.
Cody Powell. I coach the D-line, and I'm the junior high defensive coordinator at
Okay.
Fouke.
And Mule Rider alone.
Mule Riders.
That's right.
That's right.
Go Riders. Ride
Go
or die.
Riders.
It's always good to have a Mule Rider on here. Every now and then we get these guys from these other colleges like Henderson and OBU and stuff like that. So we let them on here, but we don't love on them too much.
That's right. A lot of great memories from Magnolia. Loved going over there. Met a lot of great people, including you, Bolt.
I know
and,
it. I mean,
a lot of lifelong friends.
Good. Yeah, we had a good time. We were on that good program.
That's right.
Well, enough about that. I know y'all don't want to hear us reminisce about our college days. It took us way too long to get out of there. But let's talk about these football guys. Coach, how's the season going?
It's going well. We're 1-2, but we've been in every ball game. We've really improved since last year. I actually moved over to the defensive side this year. I was working with Coach Littleton the last 2 years on the offensive side, and so he asked me to move over with Coach Ritter, Coach D-line, and that's what I'm currently doing. And you know, Will, he came out again this year. He's really helped us out. Big John Parks, that was on here earlier. He's another one of our starters. He's really playing well. A lot of great leadership with our kids, especially from the top. Our seniors, you know, they're represented here, and that's great to see.
Yeah. And, Coach, very few seasons do you win every ball game.
Right.
But what you want to see as a coach, and correct me if I'm wrong, but at least the ones you lose, you want to be in them. You want to see your kids fighting hard, playing hard, and you want to be close. You may not win them all, but you want to be in the game at some point.
Correct. One of the things I really talk to my guys a lot about is we either got to win or we've got to learn.
Yeah.
And that's a good mentality I have found. This is my 10th year at Fouke, and it's something
10 years?
I know, man.
I see a
it's
little
been a
gray
while.
coming in.
You got it too. Don't worry. I see it.
Well, I just had a kid. That's why I've got it.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that we're learning. We're inexperienced in a lot of spots, but we are quickly gaining those reps and experiences to really help us when we get to conference.
Well, and that's the good thing. You got these games leading up to conference where, you know, they matter. But then again, once you get to conference, those are the ones that really, really, you know, mean more, pushing you toward the postseason and things like that. And so you've got time to work these kinks out, get kids in, get kids out, kind of figure out, you know, who you want where. And so for talking with the other coaches, y'all are kind of figuring that out.
Right. And moving people around, you've coached, you know, a couple of years, so you know, just finding the right fit, the right mixture of kids, constantly having to move them around, deal with the injuries, that kind of thing. But these guys, they accept every challenge, and they pull through and pull forward.
Yeah, and that's something that I love, you know, especially watching my Razorbacks on TV every Saturday. You know, first couple games of the year, you know, I mean, something doesn't look too good. Everybody wants to complain, and that's what I tell people from my coaching experience and stuff is, man, you just got to figure it out over the first couple of weeks. You got to move people in and move people out and try to figure it out.
Right.
And so, well, guys, let's let you guys talk a little bit. Offensive line, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us how that feels. How's it feel to go out there and just hit somebody?
It feels amazing.
I haven't done it in a long time.
You know, scout, you know, I'm starting, so Big John, you know, Mr. 75 is over here. He's a big dude, so he's kind of hard to – he's a lot of competition for me, and it, you know, it gets me ready for the coming up games, and I haven't met anybody that'll beat him, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. And then just being a senior, man, it's unreal. It's awesome. I love the experience.
So 3 games in so far. Have you had a a big play or a big block that just sticks out in your mind right now that's happened so far this season?
Yeah, well, me and Will down there, we shared well, he got the touchdown, I got the fumble, but we punted the ball one day on Mineral, and we got that. But that was a good little play right there.
Good memories you'll keep forever.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You know, when I was in the 9th grade, I'm embarrassed to tell this, but I will because I don't care. But the district championship game, they were driving the ball on us. We were up by a touchdown. They were driving on us. They were about to beat us. They fumbled the ball. I played defensive end at the time. I scooped it up, and I was running. Just knew I was about to score.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I got caught. Okay? On the 2-yard line. One thing you don't do is get caught on the 2-yard line. So if you ever do scoop one up and you get to score for any reason, don't get caught on the 2-yard line.
Get in the end zone.
Get caught on the 10, but do not get caught on the 2-yard line. So you remember I said that.
Remember that, Will.
Hey, luckily I scooped mine up in the end zone.
Yeah,
So I was good.
Well,
I was good.
You're a lot better than what I was.
Hey, it wouldn't have happened without that beautiful punt by our quarterback.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, good.
It was beautiful.
Good. So I don't assume that you're a lineman, right?
No.
So you don't play for Coach Powell.
No, sir.
What position do you play?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yes, sir.
Are you injured right now? Do I remember having that in my notes? What's the deal there?
Some of my knee.
I mean, you don't have to get into it, doctor, but I mean, are just you're injured a little bit right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
He got rolled up on in the last game.
I thought he was about to give me this long analysis of like how is my, all these ligaments and this and that. No, I'm just messing with you. Tell about your injury. What's going on?
It's pretty much like a strain or a pulled muscle.
Okay.
In my knee. It just
So
hurts when I walk
how long
around.
will you be out? Don't know?
Hopefully just a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yes,
Good. Okay. So wide receiver.
Yes,
When did you get hurt?
Last game against Waldron.
Okay, last game. So you have played 2 in some of the Waldron games.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Leading receiver?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that hurts your heart a little bit, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
He actually had the game-winning catch against Mineral Springs.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, good. Well, we hope that knee gets better each and every day, and we hope you got a couple games before you get to conference play.
Okay.
So I'm sure Coach Powell and the rest of the coaching staff trying to get you healthy and try to get you back for conference play.
Yes, sir.
And so you were talking about your buddy down here. Y'all got a story. Tell the story. Tell me what happened exactly.
What, the touchdown?
You recovered a fumble in the end zone?
Yes.
Is that what happened?
Yes. So, the punt, it's a great punt. We get down there, and
I'm a long snapper, so
Yes.
I
Okay.
took off. So
Yeah.
I was chasing the punt, and the punt was about to go in the end zone. We didn't want to touchback, so I was going down there. I guess the guy from Mineral Springs didn't know what he was doing. He went down there and touched the ball. I slapped it out of his hand and went in the end zone. Will picked it up.
Yep.
It was just crazy. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
Okay, so did you celebrate?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did. So
did you get a flag?
no, I got scared that I was
Come
going
on,
to. I did.
guys. Come on.
He did get away with a. He spiked the ball in the end zone and got away with it.
Spiked the ball. Okay.
He did.
At least you did that.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Coach doesn't want to hear this, but if a lineman never scores, it's okay to give him a little
Yeah.
shake
Let 'em have
and
it. Let 'em have the
say,
glory.
spike the ball.
Have a little
Okay?
fun.
Yeah,
have a little fun. It is a game.
Yeah. I mean, y'all got a good field goal kicker? Do you kick field goals? Some
Yeah.
small schools don't kick field goals.
Yeah.
Y'all kick them? Okay.
Dylan Thornton that came on earlier, he kicks our field goals
So
too.
if you get a penalty, he can kick it from a little further away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. That's just
Yeah.
helping him out.
Yeah.
Getting him ready for
Little
some field
stat
goal. Yeah,
pad.
I know.
no problem. A little longer PAT,
Oh, yeah.
no problem. Well, good. You know what? That's something you'll remember forever.
Oh, no doubt.
He'll remember that he caused it.
Yeah.
And you'll remember that you
Yeah.
got to.
Should have been my touchdown. Honestly.
Now,
He was telling people about it.
now, did you spiked the ball?
Yes.
You didn't give it to him?
No, I picked it up, and I didn't know if it was a touchdown or what. This is my first year really playing football, but I didn't know if it was a touchdown. And his arms went up, and I just threw that ball down.
It didn't hit the ref, did it?
No, I got
Okay.
scared and went and picked it up. I got scared.
If you've got video of that, Coach Powell, if you'll send it in to us, I'll make sure.
Oh yeah, we'll cut that from home.
I'll make sure that we put it
we
out.
can get that clip in.
Oh yeah.
Get me that clip, and we'll put it out.
Sounds good.
Coach, you've been in Fouke for 10 years now?
10
really,
years.
10 years.
10 years.
How has the program grown? What have you seen in the Fouke program over the last 10 years?
We've had some ups and downs, but I've been a part of the first playoff winning school history there, and that was a huge, huge thing for our community.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was the first one in 40 years.
Yeah.
And so we hit some rough patches after that, and it took a little while to get our program back to where we wanted it to. Coach Littleton's come in and done a great job. He's a great leader to work for. We've got good administration, and we've got some of the best parents that you could ask for. They raise these kids right, and they really push them to be great at, like we do. And so, for me, that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
is having all those people, the big support, and just knowing that when I go to work, I've got good kids to work with that are going to work hard.
Yeah.
Hopefully we've had a tough conference the last couple of years.
Who's all in the conference now?
This year it is Junction City, Prescott, Horatio, Gurdon, and then Smackover.
So when you talk about people at home, when you talk about Fouke football and you talk about being a part of the first playoff win in school history, some people are just mind blown by that. But when you're playing in the conference that you're playing in,
right.
Some people, if you don't know Arkansas football and Class 3A?
3A.
3A. Class, because it changes all the time. Just want to make sure. But, I mean, Gurdon's been good. They've got a lot of history.
Right.
Prescott is almost always good.
Right.
I don't know how they are now, but there for a while, I mean, they could beat big schools in Arkansas.
For 2 years in a row, we had 4 of the top 10 in our conference.
Yeah.
That was when we had Fordyce and McGee and some of those teams that are a little farther east that some of the Texarkana people may not
Where's
know.
Where's Lafayette County now?
They're 2A.
Okay.
They're 2A. And they play Mineral Springs and Foreman and all those small schools that are kind of around us. When I first got into coaching, actually, we were traveling 3.5, 4 hours to play a conference game. All the way to the Mississippi line. You may know where Lake Village is.
Yeah.
They were actually in our
to the Delta.
That's right. And so, some of those trips, they're really tough on the kids, but you endure and you move forward. And we've had some really great players come through. I want to say for 3 or 4 years in a row, we had an all-state running back. And it's one of those things that you just always appreciate those kind of kids.
Yeah, yeah. Well, guys, before we let you go, we know you're all seniors. What are you I'll ask you each a little bit different variation of the question, but what are you looking forward to most this year?
I'm looking forward to the sophomores that are coming up to rise to the occasion and play hard and, just help us out as seniors because we don't have a big senior group. I mean, I don't know. The sophomores is really what's going to step up the team this year.
Yeah. And so you're a senior. Every Friday night, do you stop just a little bit and take in a little bit more of it, the smell of the grass, the band playing, the music, the fans?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've played other sports all my life, but there's really nothing like football on Friday night.
It's not.
Definitely. And, I just wanted to help, my senior year, I wanted to bring football back to Fouke. I just wanted to help, no matter if it's energy or, being hype, or I don't care if I get a minute and a half on the field a game. I just want that presence. I want to help.
Right. Well, that's a great attitude to have. I know Coach here wants to hear that from just about everybody. And you being injured right now, what are you going to miss the most? I mean, of course, we know you're coming back from injury, hopefully. But, I mean, looking at it right now, you've only got a certain amount of games left. Everybody does, but your list is just a little bit shorter than the juniors and the sophomores. What are you going to miss the most about it?
The energy on the field, in the huddle. That's what I'm going to miss the most.
Yeah. Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to come chat with me, buddy.
Appreciate you too, brother.
It's always good to be with you and hang out and chat a little bbit. Guys, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules. We know Coach, he's upset with me because y'all got out of practice early, and he wants to drive. But that's good that you got a coach that way that doesn't want to give up practice time.
Absolutely.
So, guys, we're going to let you go here in just a second. I appreciate you. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
We're going to take a short break here at Walk-Ons. We'll be right back. We're going to have the coaching staff back up here with us real quick. We're going to end the night with Fouke football right here on Texarkana Game Day.
Whether you're looking for a new garage door or just need repairs, Overhead Door stands for excellence. With a complete line of garage doors and openers, plus expert service you can trust. Beautifully designed, beautifully crafted, trusted for more than 90 years. Always look for the Overhead Door logo to be sure you're getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door.
Welcome back to Walk-Ons. It's the last segment of the night. We are winding down here as we have had the Fouke Panthers with us all night tonight. And, guys, we appreciate you for being with us. We have had a great time tonight talking to a lot of seniors. How many seniors do you have this year?
8.
8, so that's all of them. We got the whole senior class here. Well, they did a great job, very respectful young men. They look like some good ball players, and so we're actually going to see if we can get a poll up on Texarkana Game Day about 2 of those guys that were just with us, their mustache. We're going to poll it out and let people vote who's got the best stash.
Or the worst.
Or, well, it depends on what they want to vote for, you know. I mean,
I love it. I think it's great. I think we need more mustaches.
Ritter usually gets a springtime mustache.
We're all about mustaches and mullets at Fouke.
Yeah.
Well, that fits your program well, doesn't it?
That's
Just
right.
hard work. Well, guys, we appreciate you again for getting out of practice a little early and being with us and bringing your kids and letting us just invest in your kids just a little bit. We love getting them on here, letting people that don't normally get to hear from them and from you guys, see you and talk to you and just get to know you a little better. And so we really appreciate you for taking that time. And Coach, you said that y'all have got a Facebook page. Remind everybody again what that is.
Yes, Facebook page. It's Fouke High School Athletics. Just go on there and click that like button. We put all our important updates. We post schedules, final scores, parental announcements, all that stuff. Any important information that goes with Fouke Athletics, we put on there.
And, Coach, before we get off here, I know this is a big thing, and I know you don't want to do it, but I will. Guys, if you're ever looking to help out some of our local schools around here, I will go ahead and tell you. I'll provide a meal for you here coming up, and from Shelter Insurance.
There we
but
go. That's what I'm talking about.
Seriously, if you ever want to help out local high school athletics, and you live in the Fouke area or don't even live in the Fouke area, look those guys up. There's only so much funding for every school district, and those guys need, equipment and food and things for
Right.
not for these guys up here, but for the kids. And so invest in your local high school athletics, whether it be something very, very small or if you've got some extra money and you want to do something good with it. Look these guys up. Go over to their Facebook page. I'm sure you can message them on there or just call down to the school, and I'm sure they'll be happy to give you Coach's office number. And so if you can't get a hold of him, get a hold of me. I'll go down to Fouke and find him because I'm sure he'll be grateful to take it. So, Coach, remind everybody where you're going to be the next couple of weeks.
This Friday night, we're home against Foreman. Should be a good ball game. Guys been working hard, so hopefully go 2-2 headed into conference. And then our conference season, we got a big game. We travel all the way to Junction City next week for our conference opener.
All right, and so go check out some football in Fouke. Also go over to their Facebook page, look at the rest of their schedule for the rest of the season. If you can't go out this week or over the next couple weeks, try to catch a Fouke football game before the end of the season. And so, coaches, we appreciate you for coming on here.
Sir.
We appreciate you for bringing my buddy down there on here.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so,
no doubt.
we couldn't leave him off here.
Oh,
I know.
No.
I didn't want to tell you to bring him, but I really wanted you to bring him. Because I've got some stories, but, we'll say that
if
for
we
another
told
day.
him he was going to be on before he came, he might not have came.
He probably wouldn't have came.
We waited until he got here.
I would have came.
Hey, he combed his hair before he came in here. He
got a
knew he was
haircut
going to
2
be
days
on.
ago. He's ready.
Yeah.
Getting ready for Friday night. Getting that fresh cut for Friday night. Guys, we appreciate you. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Make sure you tune in next week. We'll be right back here live at Walk-Ons with more high school football. It's that time. Go out Friday night, catch some high school football in Arkansas or in Texas. We'll see you next Wednesday right here.